Becky here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm taking part in the Aflutter Traci Reed Design Team YouTube Hop. The list of all the people who are taking part is down below in my description, so do pop on over and see what they've been making. Today I'm going to be using this photo of me with my granddaughter and some embellishments from the sticker pack and some of the papers. Now I haven't got a 12 by 12 printer, so what I've done, because I want a 12 by 12 background, is printed out on A4 sheets, and I'm sticking them to a piece of scrap white cardstock to create my 12 by 12 page. The joins show very slightly, they're not too bad at all. In fact, once the layout's all completed, you can't really see the joins there, and I'm really happy with it. Now the layout I want to make today has got 9 circles on it. So what I did was printed out the 6 by 4 papers or journal cards, project or card, whatever you want to call them, and used my circle cutter to cut out the 9 different circles. So here they are all cut out. Didn't make you sit and watch all of that, especially as I struggled with my circle cutter for a while. And I'm not making you watch me rough up all the edges of these and then stick them all down. Some of them I did 2 or 3 times as colours, and some of them I just did once. I think this might be the wood grain one I've just done once there, and the dark blue one I've just done once. So having stuck all of those down, I decided to back my photo in this gorgeous blue paper here with the white flowers on, just trimming it down so that there's a little mat around it. And I didn't rough up the borders on the edges on this one, I just left it as it was, but popped it over. It covers up some of the parts of some of these circles to give it some grounding. So stuck that down and then went to my embellishments. I printed out all of the stickers from the sticker pack. But before I started recording, I picked out the ones that I thought I'd possibly use on this layout, so it made it a little easier because there are so many gorgeous embellishments in this pack. You will love it. I love butterflies, I love the flowers. That butterfly paper, which I've got on there 3 times, I absolutely adore. There are just so many papers and embellishments in this collection. I think it's possibly my favourite one that Traci's created in quite a while, and I can see me doing a lot with this collection. In fact, you've already seen the layout I made for the launch. I've done this layout, and I've got 3 or 4 more projects lined up to show you over the coming month. So here you can see I'm building clusters up onto each of the circles, not doing a triangle of clusters. I decided to go all out, showcase all those beautiful embellishments and make clusters on each of the circles, apart from that one just to the left of the photo where I've bridged the 2 circles with some embellishments there, and I'll be doing my title in that circle. So here you can see I'm just going through and I decided I needed some more solid-ish colours there, so I got a hole punch which has got a scalloped edge and punched out that circle, and I do that in a couple of places using again the 6 by 4 cards to punch those out, so that I got some contrast between the pattern paper that they're behind and then the circle that I've punched out on top. Very circular layout, so I like the fact that I have got some rectangular shapes there as well. The journal card top right I will do some journaling on eventually. I haven't done it yet. I don't know quite what I want to say yet. Possibly just the date that I was chatting with my granddaughter there. She's an absolute darling. She's 5 months old now, and we went and visited her a couple of weeks ago with friends, and she was sitting up and beaming at me and showing me her toys. She's absolutely gorgeous. I can't wait to see her again. She is my son and his wife's daughter, and they live about an hour and a half drive away, so it's a bit of a trek to go and see them, but a trek that's well worth making. Okay, back to the layout, and I'm picking out a few more embellishments here. As you can see, I've done a scallop circle bottom right, and I was just going to do the one, but then I liked the way the blue looked, but it was a bit too fussy, so I grabbed the solid blue cardstock which I'd printed out from the paper pack and used that to ground that embellishment cluster. You do get solid papers in Traci's collections as well as the pattern papers, and I haven't, to be honest, printed them out very often because I've thought I haven't needed them, but with this collection the colours are so gorgeous together that I have printed out quite a few of the solids. Obviously the background paper there was one of the solids. and this blue, and you'll see in some of the other projects that I've done that I have used the solid colours. Grabbed some stickers from my stash to make the title on this 3x4 card. You can't see it very well on camera, but in real life it does actually show up quite well. So having stuck those down, I decided to obviously trim it down so that it fit onto the circle, and then I fishtail each end just to give it a bit more interest. Some of those embellishments that I've stuck down, I have raised up on foam pads just to give a bit of dimension there. And the butterflies, I've only stuck down the middle of the body so their wings are folded. So again, you get some dimension with that. Did rough up the edges of the piece of card there, which I've used to put the title onto. And then there were these tiny little buttons. And so what I decided to do with those was to get a needle and thread and stitch through them, not on the paper, but just while I had them in my hand, and tie a little knot on top just to give a bit more texture to the layout. It was very fiddly, I have to admit, and I cut a lot of that out because I kept pulling the thread out of the needle. But there you can see thread through the button, and I did that for all of the buttons, and then scattered them about and used them in a way a bit like enamel dots, as a scattering element. Having done that, tipped up the paper just to make sure I had stuck everything down, and grabbed my creamy yellow Nuvo drops, which were the perfect colour to go with the background card, and used those on each of the embellishment clusters, apart from the one where I want to do my journaling, which is a much plainer embellishment cluster, and the one that's near the title. I didn't put any on that, but I did put them everywhere else. Having done that, I decided I still needed to do a little bit more. So I grabbed another Nuvo drop. I'm not there, I'm talking too fast, I'm going ahead. Oh no, I have grabbed the second Nuvo drop, which is a pinky sparkly one, and decided to do two drips, whatever you want to call them, with the note of drops, I suppose, as they're Nuvo drops, next to each of the buttons to make a cluster of 3 by those buttons, so you've got 3 circular elements together. And did that all around the page, having made a bit of a mess, and wiped it off with a piece of paper towel. So we're getting towards the end of the layout here. It's, as I say, it's been a joy to work with this collection. Thank you for stopping by and watching this video. If you don't subscribe, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe. And if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, I would greatly appreciate that. As I say, this is a YouTube hop. There are many members of the Traci Reed design team taking part in this hop, so do have a look at the list below and hop on over and see what everybody else is doing. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.